So can you break down for people who might not be so familiar with exactly what you do and all the responsibilities, because you have a lot that's on your plate. Can you kind of break down what like almost like a day-to-day is like for you and what all you are responsible for?
Yeah, that's a good question. So technically, the Board of Education, so there's 7 people that are publicly elected, and technically they have 1 employee, and that's me. So they hire 1 person, and then I hire everybody else. Like in theory, that's how it should work.
That's how the structure.
That's how the structure works.
Okay.
So to break it down, kind of in a general sense, it's should be about a third, and a third. So about a third of my time is working with the board, who are my bosses, and there's seven bosses with 7 different, opinions and values, and so that takes time. About a third of my time is then on kind of internal workings of improving the system, what goes on, hiring my team, my leadership team, and then there's about a third that's kind of the community aspect of, either being visible out in the community, serving on boards in the community, being out and about and engaged with people from, the Chamber of Commerce, Greater Wichita Partnership, a lot of our area nonprofits, other community organizations,
Random podcasts.
Right, exactly, yeah. So really, this would count in that third
Nice.
community bucket, right?
Sweet.
So that's every week and every day doesn't kind of flow like that. The weeks that we have board meetings are pretty intensive with kind of board communication. And then other times, depending on what else is going on, it's other things. So, but yeah, that's kind of the main part of it, that every day is quite a bit different, to be honest. A lot of meetings, but a lot of, I really love, getting out in schools. I've been in every elementary school this year. So we have 54 elementary schools, which is a lot. We have about 90 total buildings. Other than a couple high schools I haven't been in this year, I've pretty much hit every school that I've gone to visit. So that's been cool, but that's kind of my favorite part of the job, is getting out, being around kids, being out in the community, doing that kind of stuff. So,
okay. So you highlighted what like one of your favorite parts of your job is.
Yeah.
So what is one of your least favorite parts of the job?
Back to the hard-hitting question.
that is a hard-hitting question.
Can I guess?
Yeah, yes, I would like you to.
I want to hear your guess too. It's got to be the parents.
That's was my first thought.
It's got to be the parents.
That can be the most challenging, but it's funny because
Challenges and opportunity.
you like it? It's not my first rodeo. But it's funny because, a random parent will email me, hey, my kid's, whatever, being bullied or something like that. And I think they email me because they don't know where to go, right? Mm-hmm. They know what a superintendent is, and so they know how to get in touch with me. But the reality is, like, I am the furthest person who can actually help them with that. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
Because I have to ask the assistant superintendent, who then asks the principal, who then asks the teacher, who then, like, I'm really, really far removed from a lot of that kind of stuff. So the parent things that come up aren't directly, associated with me a lot of the time, which makes me, that can be a challenge because I feel a little like I can't give the help that, they're like,
Sure.
oh, I want help. And you can't really be the one to help them. But that's, in a big system, that's just how it is. If you had a problem with, your Delta airline ticket, emailing the CEO, you're probably not going to get, it's customer service people. That's the people that can actually help you. So, I think there's some, truthfully, one of the things I don't love about the job is kind of the Topeka legislative piece of it. There's some superintendents that are very into that and do a lot of that. And I, that's just not my, it's a part of the job that I have to do, but it's just not my cup of tea as far as the, lobbying and,
All that
voting.
stuff.
Yeah. All that kind of
Policy.
stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, the politicking.
Yeah.
So, I don't love that piece of it, but
That's going to get especially fun in the election year. Probably.
yes, exactly. Yeah, I think this session really has been pretty quiet because it's an election year, and as it ramps up in the fall, that'll be interesting, and we'll see what happens.
You just might see Kelly absent from a few of these. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. I wouldn't have thought of that as a job, but I also wasn't a superintendent.
So, yeah,
yeah.
so yeah,
did
all
not
this
do
is
that.
new
Well,
to
and
us.
some superintendents do very little of that, but there's some that are, they're in Topeka a lot and they're talking to people a lot and testifying and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah,
There you go.
that's part of it.
There
So,
you go.